Stick around. It's rap o'clock. Yo, shout out to Alina Rose 11. She's got a bunch of time lined up for us. She donoed to get 5 Tom songs, and I'm gonna throw another one in if she gets back to me. So that'll be 6 throughout the weekend. I don't think I've ever done that many in a row of one artist before. Well, let's go. Hangman. This is the joint. 7 years old. This, I think, will be the oldest Tom MacDonald song I've ever heard.
This a warning for the ones who say they aren't afraid. Lately I've been coming from a darker place. I've been dealing with depression, I'm more dangerous than ever. I've been drinking again and never felt better. I swear to God that I'ma burn a bridge and piss on the flames.
I've been drinking. Been drinking again and feel better than ever. That's I'm not gonna lie. The very first time I tried to get sober, I went for like, it was almost a whole year. And then when I went back, I was killing it. I was I was back to my old shenanigans. I was making money again, making extra money, if you know what I mean. And I did good for about, longer than I actually tried being sober. I did good for about 2.5 years. Then like you reach a point, I reached a certain point, and then it was all right, let's go, Tom.
The ash with some whiskey and spit it. I've been dealing with depression, I'm more dangerous than ever. I've been drinking again and never felt better. I swear to God that I'ma burn a bridge and piss on the flames. Mix the ash with some whiskey and spit it all in their face. My new girl probably flip if you got something to say. She reminds me of myself when I would drink every day. I used to feel like how I felt was just a temporary phase.
I hope he's talking about Nova. It's gotta be, right?
But now
my new girl. Hold up.
It all in their face. My new girl probably flip if you got something to say. She reminds me of myself when I would drink every day. I used to feel like how I felt was just a temporary phase, but now I feel like the feelings are fucking feeding off fame, and I don't plan to slow down to give it a second to breathe. I push the pedal past the breaking point, I'm picking up speed. In 2016, swear I came apart at the seams. I was scared of the dark and therefore afraid of my dreams, but I rebuilt what came apart with iron alloy and beams. Come fly a plane into my legs and I won't fall to my knees. Haven't taken any pills to calm me down for a month. I'm on the edge and I'm waiting for any reason to jump. Don't take it lightly, I'm excited when they throw in the punch. I got a list of different strategies to bury these bumps. Very rarely do I carry out the weight of a grudge, but I've been barely ordinary.
Ooh, is there no chorus in this? We might have to break this down minute by minute. I'll give it another 15 seconds before we go back.
Since the prairies and drugs, my imaginary friends and camouflage, but I've been barely ordinary since the prairies and drugs. My imaginary friends and camouflage with some guns, and I've been fairly military, but my army is one. They've been passive aggressive with how they deal with my message. They lack the passion and reckless nature of truthful expression. They ain't made.
Yeah, I think he's just tearing this apart. All right, let's go back.
This a warning for the ones who say they aren't afraid. Lately I've been coming from a darker place. I've been dealing with depression, I'm more dangerous than ever. I've been drinking again and never felt better. I swear to God that I'm a burner.
All right, this is a warning for ones who say they aren't afraid. Lately I've been coming from a darker place. Ones who aren't afraid, from a darker place. Some good syllable matching. Aren't afraid and darker place. Sounds like it rhymes a lot more than it really does. It's just the A, which is cool too. Let's see. I mean, it's just the A and aren't and dark and A and place and afraid. The middle A. All right, I've been dealing with depression and I'm more dangerous than ever. Oh man, I love like the brutal honesty. I've been drinking, I've never felt better. Oh, damn it.
I swear to God that I'ma burn a bridge and piss on the flames. Mix the ash with some whiskey and spit it all in their face. My new girl probably flip if you got something to say. She reminds me of myself when I would drink every day.
All right, well, who hasn't felt like this before? I'm dealing with, wait, what do you say? I swear to God, I'm gonna burn the bridge and piss on the flames. I've felt like that many a time. I don't recommend doing it. You always regret it, but I can definitely identify with this feeling. And it's a very powerful song, and I think everyone can relate to that.
Used to feel like how I felt was just a temporary phase, but now I feel like the feelings are fucking feeding our fame, and I don't plan to slow down and give it a second to breathe. I push the pedal past the breaking point, I'm picking up speed.
All right, we got some pretty heavy alliteration here. I used to feel how I felt was a temporary phase. Okay, phase, PH, but it sounds like an F, right? Now I feel the feelings are fucking feeding off fame. Nice. I don't plan to slow down or give it a second to breathe. I push the pedal past, more P's, the breaking point. I'm picking up speed. Second to breathe, picking up speed. Nice.
In 2016, swear I came apart at the seams. I was scared of the dark and therefore afraid of my dreams. But I rebuilt what came apart with iron alloy and beams. Come fly a plane into my legs and I won't fall to my knees.
Okay. 2016, I swear I was coming apart at the seams. I was scared of the dark, therefore afraid of my dreams. Scared of the unknown, right? Scared of the unfamiliar. It's common in a lot of people, even like switching jobs, right? Switching jobs, leaving a relationship, starting a new relationship. Yeah, everyone knows what that feels like. If you didn't catch that metaphor, that's what it means.
Haven't taken any pills to calm me down for a month. Dark and therefore afraid of my dreams. But I rebuilt what came apart with iron alloy and beams. Come fly a plane into my legs and I won't fall to my knees. I rebuilt what came
apart with iron alloyed and beams. I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and now I'm stronger than I've ever been. I like that. Come fly a plane into my legs and I won't fall on my knees. You can't even knock me down anymore. I don't need to dust myself up and get off anymore because you ain't gonna knock me down.
Taking any pills to calm me down for a month. I'm on the edge and I'm waiting for any reason to jump. Don't take it lightly, I'm excited when they throw in the punch. I got a list of different strategies to bury these bumps. Very rarely do I carry.
Okay. I haven't taken any pills to calm me down for a month. I'm on the edge, I'm waiting for a reason to jump. I don't take it lightly. I'm excited when they throw in a punch. Addicted to the drama, or just give me a reason. Give me a reason, right? I got a list of different strategies to bury these bums. Okay, reason to jump, throwing a punch, bury these bums. Man, that's excellent syllable manipulation. Let's hear that, how we made that sound much closer to a true rhyme than it actually is.
Apart with iron alloy and beams. Come fly a plane into my legs and I won't fall to my knees. Haven't taken any pills to calm me down for a month. I'm on the edge and I'm waiting for any reason to jump. Don't take it lightly, I'm excited when they throw in the punch. I got a list of different strategies to bury these bumps.
Yeah, that's crazy. So he rhymed the knees and reason, and then also turned the reason into throwing a punch into another rhyme. He reached way back into the first set of 4 bars. Fire.
Very rarely do I carry out a weight of a grudge, but I've been barely ordinary since the prairies and drugs. My imaginary friends and camera.
And I bet you that wasn't even conscious. When you write a lot, sometimes you'll go back and go over your work and you'll realize you're doing all these micro rhymes and just like using the same syllable consistently or the same vowel consistently in different places, because you, after a while, like anything, right, you train your brain to do something, and you train your brain to rhyme enough, it will do it unconsciously. Sometimes I know rappers, especially when I was freestyling a lot, when I used to rap, and when I was writing a lot, I would catch myself in regular speech like rhyming quite a bit, because you trick your mind and you train your mind to do it to the point where it does it subconsciously.
Very rarely do I carry out all the weight of a grudge. But I've been barely ordinary since the prairies and drugs. My imaginary friends in camouflage with some guns. And I've been fairly military, but my army is one. They've been passive aggressive with how they deal with my message. They lack the passion and reckless nature of truthful expression. They ain't made of...
Okay, he said, very rarely do I carry... Okay, that's cold. Very rarely do I carry the weight of a grudge. I've been barely ordinary since the prairies and drugs. What does he mean, the prairies? The prairies and drugs. What do you think of when you think of a prairie? Just like an open field? Also, you could be talking about growing in a prairie, maybe? I don't know. That's probably a reach. But look at all these. These aren't even inner rhymes. It's more like rhymes at the beginning. This one for sure would be rhymes at the beginning. The very rarely carry the weight of a grudge. And then the second one, because it is in between these two rhymes, weight of a grudge and prairies and drugs. This would be an inner rhyme. I've been barely ordinary. Dope.
I've been barely ordinary since the prairies and drugs. My imaginary friends in camouflage with some guns. And I've been fair.
My imaginary friends in camouflage with some guns. Okay. I see. My imaginary friends in some camouflage and some guns. You don't even see the people that are with me. Like, okay, well, how are we going to take this? My imaginary friend. Like, you don't know all the built up tension I have and how much more powerful I am and how much I'm on the edge. You don't want to push me because I'm so on the edge and I'm so full and fueled by ferocious emotion that I will attack you with the strength of 10 men.
They've been passive aggressive with how they deal with my message. They lack the passion and reckless nature of truthful expression.
Now
they
we're
ain't made
talking.
of what I'm made from. They've been bruised up and dented. They don't understand the underhanded, ruthless obsession that I was born with. Slam like the door sticks. Closet full of skeletons so heavy couldn't move them with a forklift. Your bitch probably fell in love because you forced it. Now she bumped my records while you deep inside a porn binge. I woke up with a buzzing in my head. I don't want to leave the comfort of my bed. A dozen missed calls from a dozen of my friends, and my day just started, but it's coming to an end.
That was fire, bro. God damn. Bro, that's my favorite verse for sure. All right, listen to this. This is the type of verse that he's a rapper's rapper right here. Listen to this complexity, how dense this is.
They've been passive aggressive with how they deal with my message. They lack the passion and reckless nature of truthful expression.
Okay. They've been passive aggressive with how they deal with my message. They lack the passion and reckless and nature truth of expression. Look at that. So we got the beginning rhyme, passive aggressive. And then the deal with my message is the end of that. And the inner rhyme is passion and reckless. And then truthful expression.
Made of what I'm made from, they've been bruised up and dented. They don't understand the underhanded, ruthless obsession that I was born with. Slam like the door.
Oh, all right. This is very East Coast right here, where they like to use the same bar or the same word almost as much as they can sometimes over there. But this is a small piece of it. They ain't made of what I'm made from. And if this was a New York rap and you wanted to keep going, you'd be like, it's a piece of cake plus your girl made one or something like that. I don't even clean shit up. The maid does. Keep going. Say maid as long as you can. But I like how he just threw a little piece of that in there. Damn it. It keeps happening to me, bro. I hope this shit was not that long ago. Man, I'm having a lot of problems with this program. I think I'm going to have to switch programs, guys. I hope this doesn't take me out of commission for a day. I know a lot more about how programs like this work, so hopefully it will be a smooth transition. I'm going to have to switch to regular OBS because this freezing, man. It's just costing me too much time. And I'm going to have to go back and edit a piece of this video in there because it just goes silent and it just looks like I'm just listening to nothing. All right. Back to the made part.
They ain't made of what I'm made from. They've been bruised up and dented. They don't understand the underhanded, ruthless obsession that I.
They've been bruised up and they ain't made of what I made from. They've been bruised up and dented. They don't understand. What do you say? They don't understand the underhanded, ruthless obsession. So underhanded, like at this point in his life, he wasn't fueled by like passion or the need to succeed. It was more anger and wanted to prove everyone wrong. I'll show you what I'm made of. They ain't made of what I'm made from. I like this.
Was born with slam like the door sticks, closet full of skeletons. So
they ain't of what I'm made from. He said what I was born with. Hold up.
Like the door sticks, closet full of skeletons that I was born with, slam like the door sticks.
Oh, okay. He's still going. They don't understand the ruthless obsession I was born with. Slam like the door sticks.
Closet full of skeletons so heavy couldn't move them with a forklift. Your bitch probably fell in love because you forced it. Now she bumped my records while you deep inside a porn binge.
She probably fell in love because she forced it.
I woke up with a buzzing in my head. I don't want to leave the comfort of my bed. A dozen missed calls from a dozen of my friends, and my day just started, but it's coming to an end. Already getting dark. Wake up with the stars. I don't even know how I got home after I left the bar. Yeah.
Fire.
I did 8 months sober and I hate that it's over, but the weight on my shoulders started breaking my heart. I started out with 1 or 2 and then I moved to 3 or 4, and then I realized that I was back where I had been before. Ativan's gone missing from the bottle.
Like I said earlier, right? Then I realized I was back to where I was before. Or even go farther.
They were stolen, but I started out with 1 or 2 and then I moved to 3 or 4, and then I realized that I was back where I had been before. Ativan's gone missing from the bottle. Tell my doctor they were stolen, but I know that they were swallowed. Everything I ever did was always done with open throttles, all the way or nothing. Non-commitment is a broken promise, and I know that that's a problem in itself. But you're living or you're dying or you're crying out for help. Yeah, it's been a week since I felt like
you're living or you're dying or you're crying out for help. That's fire.
Like me, I've been starving, but I just can't eat. I'm exhausted, but I can't find sleep. It's been harder than it's ever been. The darkness hasn't ever dimmed. The light's so bleak.
This shit is laced, son.
Never understood what they meant when they said that they were just the shadows of men that they had been before they were beat. Now I know that everything I heard was for real when I'm looking in the mirror at a shell of myself. I think that stress.
You dropped the rhyme completely. We'll go back and analyze it.
Is a contributing factor to being 28 and feeling older than dad does. The wrinkles on my face spreading faster and faster. If the good die young, I hope I'm one of the bad ones. The day's long.
That's fire.
Stay strong and try again tomorrow, though. Even if you're running out of reasons to ignore the phone. Even if you're running out of
reasons to ignore the phone. Say word.
Gas, go and borrow more. Your demons knock the hardest when you finally chose to close the door. This is not the way my parents raised me. I hope they realize that they didn't fail one of their babies. This is the result of a declining social climate that's original design was keeping people trapped inside.
Oh, damn. Damn. Okay, I was wondering, I'm like, how long is this verse? There's 6 verses in here back to back. And I just went through 2 right there. Hold on. Damn. All right.
Now I know that everything but I just can't eat. I'm exhausted, but I can't. Everything I ever did was always done with open throttles, all the way or nothing. Non-commitment is a broken promise, and I know that that's a problem in itself, but you're living I've been before. Ativan's gone, that it's over, but the weight on my shoulders started breaking my heart. I started out with 1 or 2, and then I started, but it's coming to an end, already getting dark. Wake up with the
okay, my day just started, but it's coming to an end, already getting dark.
Stars, I don't even know how I got home after I left the bar. Yeah.
Already getting dark. Wake up with the stars. He means stars in the sky, and then also when you live that night life, right? I mean, I imagine that people that live in LA and in places like that where it's party all night long lived a life very similar to when I used to work in Very similar to when I used to work in bars. You wake up right around, I don't know, 6 or 7, and you leave the house. Like, the earliest I ever left the house was like 9 p.m. A lot of the times. Maybe like 7.
I did 8 months sober and I hate that it's over, but the weight on my shoulders started breaking my heart.
I did 8 months sober and I hate that it's over, but the weight on my shoulders started breaking my heart. Okay.
I started out with 1 or 2 and then I moved to 3 or 4. And
back then, he seemed like he was more worried about lacing a track and rhyming than as much as he focuses on high impact statements. Although there are a lot of high impact statements here, quite a bit. But the breaking my heart one, I felt like he just rhymed it to rhyme it.
And then I realized that I was back where I had been before. Atavans gone missing from the bottle. Tell my doctor they were stolen, but
Or I guess maybe there is that time. There is a time when you're trying to get sober. You think that it's the trying to quit drinking is what's breaking your heart, but it's actually the drinking was breaking your heart, and you're still dealing with the aftermath of that addiction while you're trying to get sober. There's this like depression period.
I know that they were swallowed. Everything I ever did was always done with open throttles, all the way or nothing. Non-commitment is a broken promise, and I know that that's a problem in itself. But you're living or you're dying or you're crying out for help. Yeah, it's been a week since.
All right, let's go back over this. He just had to lie. He was so addicted. He was so messed up that he was abusing his psych meds, and he had to lie to his doctor and say they were stolen. How embarrassing would that be? That sucks. That when you have to do something like that, you definitely feel like guilty. You feel dirty. Everything I did was always done with open throttles. It's all or nothing. I don't do shit just a little bit. Non-commitment is a broken promise. That's wild. I know that's a problem in itself. He's talking about, he knows that, right? He knows that he can't just recreationally use like some people can. But if this is my favorite part. But you're living or you're dying or you're crying for help. Problem in itself, but you're living or you're dying or you're crying for help. Those inner rhymes, living, dying, and the rhyme was just the ing there, and then crying for help. All right, let's move back into this 5th verse.
I felt like me. I've been starving, but I just can't eat. I'm exhausted, but I can't find sleep. It's been harder than it's ever been. The darkness hasn't ever dimmed. The light's so bleak. I never understood what they meant when they said that they were just the shadows.
That was fire.
Some men that they had been before they were beat. Now I know that everything I heard was for real when I'm looking in the mirror at a shell of myself. I think that stress is a contributing factor to being 28 and feeling older than dad does. The wrinkles on my face spreading faster and faster. If the good die young, I hope I'm one of the bad ones.
Okay, it's been a week since I felt like me. I've been starving, but I just can't sleep. I'm exhausted. Oh, but I've been starving, but I just can't eat. I'm exhausted, but I just can't sleep. It's been harder than it's ever been. This is my favorite part. The darkness hasn't ever been. The darkness hasn't ever dimmed. The light's so bleak. So you hear this wraparound? Here it is. Been a week since I felt like me. I'm starving, but I just can't eat. I'm exhausted, but I can't find sleep. And I like how he switched up. Instead of just can't, he put find sleep because he didn't want to use the same word here with the just. It's been harder than it's ever been. Right? So now we're going to rhyme the middle of this. Darkness has never dimmed. You rhymed the middle of this bar with the end of that one, and then he wraps back around to the first two. The light's so bleak. I like when people do that. So the first two rhyme, and then you build up this wraparound rhyme, and you hit the end with the 4th there. It's classic. It's like a misdirection, and when you come back and you land that rhyme, it's just so satisfying, and the crowd, and it gives the effect of like, damn, he killed that, because they didn't expect where you were going. You hit him with these inner rhymes, and then you wrap back around to the beginning. I never understood what they meant when they said that they were shadows of the men that they had been before they were beat. Right here, he's just trying to get a message across. There's nothing super crazy. Now I know that everything I heard was for real when I look in the mirror and see a shell of myself. He tried to manipulate for real and shell of myself here, but he didn't try too hard, and he was more worried about the message. I think the stress is a contributing factor. This is a pretty good part. Being 28 and feeling older than dad does. Contributing factor. Older than dad does. Got some syllable matching there. The wrinkles on my face are spreading faster and faster. If the good die young, then I'm one of the bad ones. He does it here again. Here. I think it's the stress. I think stress is the contributing factor, right? Being 28, feeling older than dad does. Now he does the same tactic we were talking about in the beginning of the verse. The wrinkles on my face are spreading faster and faster. Oh, I guess no, I'm mistaken. This is just kind of loosely rhymes. And then if the good die young, I hope I'm one of the bad ones. But the way how faster and faster loosely rhymes, and the bad ones and dad duds is more of a perfect rhyme, it feels like it's a whole wraparound, but actually all of this rhymes. Because he rhymes the A with the O and does. A and faster with the O and does. But then when he comes back and he doesn't do a syllable manipulation and he rhymes does with ones, it really hits.
The days long, stay strong, and being 28 and feeling old. Now I know that everything I heard was for real when I'm looking in the mirror at a shell of myself. I think that stress is a contributing factor to being 28 and feeling older than dad does. The wrinkles on my face spreading faster and faster. If the good die young, I hope I'm one of the bad ones. The days long, stay strong, and try again tomorrow though. Even if you're running out of reasons to ignore the phone, even if you're running out of gas, go and borrow more. Your demons knock the hardest when you finally chose to close the door. This is not the way my parents raised me. I hope they realize that they didn't fail one of their babies. This is the result of a declining social climate that's original design was keeping people trapped inside it. Liquor and violence, we suffer in silence until we embrace one another and find our collective defiance will topple the giants. I just try to smile through the crying, cause I know that someone somewhere is feeling way worse than I am, and that's true. That's true.
That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. All right, so we analyze this one real quick, tear it down. Should we listen to it while we analyze it? Is that a little less boring?
In violence, we suffer.
Where would it be?
Finally chose to close the door. This is not the way my parents raised. The days long, stay strong, and try again tomorrow though. Even if you're running out of. I think that stress is a contributing factor to being 28 and feeling older than dad does.
All right, here it goes.
Wrinkles on my face spreading faster and faster. If the good die young, I hope I'm one of the bad ones. The days long, stay strong, and try again tomorrow though. Even if you're running out of reasons to ignore the phone.
Okay, the days long, stay strong, try again tomorrow though. So we got 2 syllables in the beginning of this bar. Then he goes, try again tomorrow though. And now he's going to do some inner rhymes. Running out of reasons. He's rhyming the R here instead of the traditional vowels that we would do. Running out of reasons to ignore the phone. So the running in reasons were his inner rhymes. Even though you're running out of gas, go. The more I tear down music, the more I'm starting to notice things I wouldn't have noticed in the past. So the G and the G, he's doing the beginning of these loosely rhyming. Even if you're running out of gas, go and borrow more. So the inner rhymes are the beginning of those G's. Your demons knock the hardest when you finally choose to close the door. I see. Yeah, when you finally decide to quit is when you're gonna have the biggest Jones and fits, right?
Even if you're running out of gas, go and borrow more. Your demons knock the hardest when you finally chose to close the door. This is not the way my parents raised me. I hope they realize that they didn't fail one of their babies.
Pretty straightforward bar there.
This is the result of a declining social climate that's original design was keeping people trapped inside it. Okay. Declining climate.
Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining climate. Declining c declining social climate. The original design was keeping people trapped inside it. Can we find an inner rhyme here? Climate, people. All right. The result of a declining social climate. The original design was keeping. Oh yeah, it's the inner rhyme is keeping in people. Keeping people trapped inside it.
Liquor and violence, we suffer in silence until we embrace one another. Is keeping people trapped inside it. Liquor and violence, we suffer in silence until we embrace one another and find our collective defiance will topple.
Pretty straightforward bar.
The giants, I just try to smile through the crying, cause I know that someone somewhere is feeling way worse than I am, and
excellent right here.
That's true.
So liquor and violence, we suffer through the silence until we embrace one another and find our collective defiance. That's just it's not even okay. Suffer in silence, collective defiance. It's not even a crazy rhyme, but just find each other, just collective defiance. That by itself is just like two words when put together. What a powerful statement. Just those two words are kind of a statement themselves, are they not? Collective defiance. We'll topple the giants. Yeah, rebel. I just try to smile through the crying. That's fire though. Collective defiance. Topple the giants. Smile through the crying. That's excellent syllable manipulation. We'll topple the giants. Smile through the crying. Wheel and smile. So he's rhyming the L and wheel and the L and smile. And then the through. That's fire, bro. What the hell? Texting me. Someone texting me something about beats. I haven't made a song in some years. Oh no, that's not true. Let's go. Where are we at? Smile through the crying. Because I know someone out there's suffering way worse than I am. Dope. Also, you gotta lead by example, right? All right. Freaking Alina. She's just killing, picking some bangers. And man, I'm putting in work on these, really tearing them apart. Because they deserve the attention here. All right. Well, I'm Gimmickless. And that's a wrap. Peace.